So we all stayed for both the mid-credit scene and after-credit scene of the new Superman movie. And spoiler alert for the movie, if you haven't checked it out, if you left for the after-credit scenes, maybe you want to click off, or maybe you couldn't stay for them. Maybe you want to see just spoiler warning for the Superman movie. So there was these leaked images coming out way before the movie came out of them on set, specifically Superman and Mr. Terrific, and people were talking about what the hell are they looking at. There was so many crazy theories, and of course, based on what we got in the leaked images to what we saw in the after credit scene, we kind of know what they're for. So first off, the mid credit scene is literally Superman and Krypto looking at Earth from the moon, pretty much taken from the comics, and I really like that. But of course, we stayed for the after credit scene, and for a point, there was a moment of disbelief for me during the credits where I'm like, will they actually show something huge, huge as in a new character being introduced, perhaps Batman showing up in some way, not even like a casting choice or anything. It's just Batman, his boot, you see his boot or something. I was in the disbelief for a while, and we finally get to it, and it's just a joke. It's a funny joke between Mr. Terrific and Superman. It looks like the aftermath of the little big Metropolis battle at the end, where both Superman and everybody saves Metropolis from Lex Luthor creating the pocket dimension and the rift and everything, destroying the city. Of course, eventually in the movie, Mr. Terrific is able to recalculate it so that the Earth goes right back together and goes right, and, the split that everything, the building's completely splitting in half and everything go right back to each other. They are, pretty destroyed, but they split back up. We see Superman and Mr. Terrific looking at the wall, and the wall is just a little bit off. You can see the cracks, you can see a little bit off, and Superman's looking at it, and Mr. Terrific's, all upset. He's like, what's the problem with it? He's like, what do you want me to do, Mr. Terrific? It's like, it doesn't look too good right now. It's there, but it's not too good, Superman's implying. Of course, Mr. Terrific gets upset. He says, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to take it apart and put it back together again? People on the internet are actually a deeper meaning to this. I feel like it's kind of funny. Maybe it's something we should talk about. Of course, people are saying it is James Gunn literally talking to the audience through these characters, where Mr. Terrific is basically James Gunn in this situation, and the DCEU and everything was kind of a huge failure in some ways, that they actually had to cancel so many things. Warner Brothers had to bring James Gunn in, and he had to fix it and put it back together, hence the DCU. Now, I don't know if this is just a far-fetched thing. I don't know if people are really just going what they're trying to make something out of it, but I thought it's kind of interesting, and I wanted to talk about it. Maybe it is some subtle, like, not shots, but just like, I'm here to help, something like that. If you want to look at a glass half full, or he could be, he does sometimes go at fans, so he could do something where it's like, to the people who don't like him, to the people who are Snyder fans, or, any type of way they don't want James Gunn in there, he's here to help, but also, you know what I mean? So at first I thought it was just a funny little thing. First I was a little disappointed because I want more, and I know I shouldn't. But let me know what you think is below. Are fans just going absolutely crazy and just making up shit now? Where you think there's a little bit of truth in that?